everybody's screen share stuff is a little frozen right now.
I wonder if it's gonna be laggy if we're watching it.
Well, you were here when we were doing the previews.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Oh, in 15 seconds.
Okay.
So are we being recorded now? Okay.
All right, let's do it.
You can start.
So hey guys, welcome to the stream. We are on King IV's channel. Today we have Canada versus Chile. This is an interesting match. Wow, Susan Boyle, what's your thoughts?
What's up? Today we have a 4v4 Canada versus Chile. We are broadcasting Canada's side on King Stream, as you are here now. And over at Swagron's YouTube channel, we are
Watching
featuring
Chile's
the
side.
Chile's side of the battles. So, in order to maintain integrity for this tournament, this very tense, clash of the world countries, we have a 10-minute delay. So we are actually beginning this stream at 4:53. So you will be seeing everything a little after we have completed the matches.
Correct. These matchups are quite insane. We have like Dragon Silk. We have Evan, who's Holden McGroin. Or he just recently changed his name from what we know.
Holden McNuggets.
Quite
I don't think it's
original.
any better or worse than the original name, but
I love it. I love it. He always comes with things original.
we also have a CCO from Quebec. Arabelle also, is he from Quebec as well? He's from Montreal. And we have very cool guy Noah in Alberta.
From
So
what we
those
know,
are
he's
our
very
4
cool.
features.
But then
cool.
the guys from Chile, we have Yurkoshi. Yurkoshi, right? I'm pretty sure I said that right. Christozan, 1 Nachos, B Bastard Ketchup BK. Gray. Oh shoot, Grias.
Yes, Grias.
The Mind. It's Jorgen Ho and Vlad. Did I say that right?
I think so.
Okay, so these guys are all top players in the Silph Arena from what we know. We have a bunch of ace trainers. Some of them might be elite.
I believe 2 of them are elite.
So these are battles that you do not want to miss. I'm just super glad to be here.
This is exciting. So looking at the screen right now, our first matchup will be Dragon Silk versus Grias. These are going to be best of 3 battles, and they will each win and each loss will add or take away from our points. Currently, Canada is leading 7-5, and it is a very close battle right now.
And this is considered round 2. So now Canada is leading with 7-5. These are off-stream battles, correct?
Yes.
So what's your thoughts? What do you think? Because that Zuelos looks dangerous.
It does look scary. There are not very many counters, and Bastion does counter it, but there are some win conditions to that matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Deoxys also doesn't want to take a Dark Pulse.
Yep.
And
But
then we have
counter
Azumarill. That one hard counter, but that's all he has to rely on.
the main thing that we all really want to focus here though is the fact that he has Grias has a Meganium, and that Meganium is going to do wonders, right? We have Stunfisk, Bastiodon, Deoxys, Azumarill, right?
It
Meganium
even
is going to
beats
do really well.
the Deoxys matchup quite handily because of how powerful Community Day movesets are.
Oh yeah. Frenzy Plant is not something to reckon with.
Nope. We see one Registeel and one Deoxys. Those are the, I guess, the controversial generation of Voyager meta. And it's interesting to see almost every single team pick Hypno, Azumarill, and Toxicroak. Right now, we don't see a Toxicroak on Mango's team, but we do have that Deoxys supplementing that fighter role and taking that Generation 3 spot.
Now, from these team comps, what exactly do you think Grias is going to do? Because I really feel like Dragon Silk is a little bit on the losing side when it comes to team comp here.
Absolutely.
What do you think Grias is going to use to take advantage of, and what do you think Dragon Silk is going to try to do to kind of overcome that?
Well, like you said earlier, Zweilous is a very powerful pick, walling off several of his matchups.
Right.
Oh, as we see, we are going into match number 1. We
With
have
Deoxys.
Deoxys versus Azumarill, which is a positive matchup on Dragon Silk's side.
Absolutely. So now Dragon Silk winning the lead here. Will have to be careful for the play roughs, but again, Thunderbolt is going to do a whole lot of damage to that Azumarill.
The moveset on Azumarill could be any of the 3 attacks that we are familiar with in both GBL and previous metas. There's Ice Beam, Play Rough, and this could even be a Hydro Pump.
Wow,
Right off the bat, we see a bait.
And Dragon Silk's taking no baits. He's going straight for Thunderbolts. He doesn't want to play around with the no shield game.
Absolutely. A second shield coming. Oh, a
Nope,
second
first one.
shield altogether. 1-1 right now.
Dragon Silk actually decided to go in with the second shield, wanting to win switch advantage here. He does get the Hydro Pump. It is not a bait from an Ice Beam. And now he's going straight in, deciding to actually go straight for Thunderbolt.
I feel like Rock Slide would be pretty close to knocking out at this range.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting to see him go straight for the kill. And all the shields have been expended at this point.
Now, I think this is going to be an Ice Beam coming in.
I do too.
I don't think there was enough energy to get to another Hydro Pump. Ice Beam will not KO, and I think right now he's just going to have to go straight Rock Slide and just go for the KO on the Azumarill. Winning switch advantage, but let's see how Grias is going to actually come back from that.
I feel like Zweilous is coming in.
I think so too. Ooh, Hypno.
Resisting all those counter damages and not being able to get to another charge move. On Dragon Silk's side, we see a Hypno and a Meganium coming into the Meganium.
This is a curious matchup. Shields are down. That was very fast. So what do you think is coming? I'm going to guess this is going to be an Ice Punch. Yep, Ice Punch incoming. We'll do some decent damage to the Meganium, but again, shields are down. He has a lot of energy. He's going straight for the Frenzy Plant.
Frenzy Plant will not be enough to KO, so it is very likely that the Meganium will fall to the next Ice Punch right now.
Deciding to swap out, bringing in his own Hypno to be able to farm here. Grias also switches out. Wow, this is a Hypno and Meganium versus a Hypno and Meganium.
We see Dragon Silk also running the Ice Punch, so we have a complete flip of what just happened. Both 0 shields. The only thing is Dragon Silk was down by a little energy because the opposing Hypno had farmed down the Deoxys. So this will be really close.
Agreed. This Ice Punch is going to KO. Do you think that that Hypno is going to have to use a shield to be able to finish it off? No, he's actually decided not to hit the bubble so that way he can equal up when it comes to energy.
I think the opposing Hypno's low enough to be taken down by. Oh, no, it isn't. It gets
Ooh.
to a final charge move,
And that's the thing
leaving
that
him at a sliver of HP.
will the Vine Whip be enough to KO? No, he's still not enough. He gets the Ice
Oh,
Punch.
wow.
Oh my God. Wow, that extra farm, but not hitting those bubbles was what it was enough to be able to get him to that Ice Punch and finish off the match.
Those IVs played a massive role in surviving that Ice Punch.
That was absolutely huge. Great play by Dragon Silk.
We're going into round 2 right now, picking what will be coming in. So
Do you
last game, we saw a Deoxys, Meganium, and Hypno versus an Azumarill, Meganium, and Hypno. What changes do you think they'll make this time?
I see Gris bringing the Zwelos back in. Well, in.
You're right. It does counter 2 and maybe goes neutral against Deoxys without the shields. So it is a very powerful pick on Grias's side.
100%. Do you see Stunfisk coming to making a play today in this matchup?
Not particularly in this matchup. Meganium is such a force in against Dragon Silk, so it is extremely unlikely we'll be seeing that new Pokemon in this matchup today.
Completely agree. We have Hypno against the Meganium. This is a pretty decent matchup.
With the Ice Punch, I am confident that Hypno should be able to win this matchup.
Mhm.
Although normally we do see the Thunder Punch Shadow Ball setup on most Hypnos just to combat that really popular Azumarill pick.
Ice Punch, you saw how Dragon Silk was actually farming a little bit extra, going in for the Ice Punch, and now hitting with a bunch of confusions. He almost got to another Ice Punch prior to that Frenzy Plant, but I think right now he could just farm this thing down.
Absolutely.
Right? I don't even think he even needs to fire off a charge move at all.
So Dragon Silk is one shield down, but has enough charge move for a Shadow Ball. Depending on what comes in next by Grias, he wouldn't even need to burn that shield.
Nope, the Shadow Balls are coming in.
Would do about 1/3 of HP on Azumarill. Not enough to force a shield.
No, but maybe two will.
Let's see if he gets to it.
He'll get to it. He'll get
And
to
he
it.
does.
Perfect play, doing a little bit of chip damage. Basically now either not forcing a shield, but putting a lot of pressure on that Azumarill and equaling it up. Now he has one switch advantage and has equaled out the shields.
We have seen the Ice Beam on the opposing Azumarill, so what would you switch in?
I would bring in the Azumarill.
So I'm not sure if that was a misclick or he tried
I
to
don't know
bait
what
out the
happened
Ice
there.
Beam.
Oh, he brought in the Meganium to try to force that Ice Beam on his own Azumarill and switched out to the Azumarill to actually eat the Ice Beam instead of the Meganium. That is some pro plays.
And it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
And we see the Hydro Pump coming in next. Doesn't do very much because it is resisted. Going for his own Hydro Pump should
Not
be close to knocking out, but not quite enough.
I think right now you could just bubble it down. He's
Ooh.
gonna have to eat another Ice Beam though. Yeah. Now what we see here, there's an Ice Beam. He's going to farm it down, and if it's a Zwelos in the back, no, it's gonna be a Hypno. What do you think he's gonna go straight Hydro Pump?
Hydro Pump should be close to half health on the Hypno. Does it go through? No, it gets shielded. We have the Meganium coming back in, not letting the Hypno farm down. Frenzy Plants hurt quite a bit on everything.
I think
So
this game is over.
I don't
Frenzy
think an ice punch would be enough.
No, no,
So
no. I think
oh,
there's
he has a
changes
shield,
for
right.
Dragon Silk. He has a shield. He's gonna hit with a frenzy plant and then farm down the Azumarill, and that's gonna be GG. Ooh, ooh. I
It's
might be
close, it's
speaking too
close.
soon. I might be speaking too soon.
This should not KO though.
No,
We've
this is
seen the
definitely
ice
not
punch
KOing.
against a Meganium multiple times in this matchup. We see the Frenzy Plant go through, and I believe 2 more Vine Whoops will seal the deal.
Yeah. Done, Frenzy Plant, and then Vine Whip down, and that's the game,
That
folks.
is 2-0. We have one more match in this set, and it is windy in Toronto.
So So now it is a best of 3, but will be doing 3 battles because it is based on wins for your points. So that means as of right now, it is 9-5 for Team
That is
Canada.
correct. We are almost double in points. Looking pretty good for our side so far.
This is going to be tough for Chile.
You keep saying Chile. Isn't it Chile?
Chile. Chile.
Chile.
Chile. Okay, I'm sorry. But man, this is going to be tough for Chile. I don't know how they're going to come back from this.
Did you see what he locked in?
No, I did not. I did not see it.
Do you think we will see this wireless now?
I really hope so. It would be a great tool for Gris to bring in.
I
You are
think
seeing that Hypno from Dragon Silk, right?
I would think Dragon Silk would like to bring back in the Deoxys,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that he has a 2-win advantage already. It's not a per se a poor idea to play a little risky again, knowing that maybe Grias has to pull something
Something
different.
crazy to bring out. Stunfisk.
Oh, we totally
And
missed that,
this
and
is
that is a
not
very
good for
bad
Dragon
matchup.
Silk. He's gonna have to
We
get
should
out
be
of there
seeing an
right
insta
away.
swap.
Decided to bring in his own Meganium to mirror it out. But again, that Meganium has more energy. And now here comes Azuelos!
There it is!
We called it.
Going for the Earthquake. This should deal just over half health.
Do you think he shields? He does.
He really wants to keep that Meganium versus Stunfisk matchup. We don't know what he has in the back, but
Yep. As you can see here, there's a best buddy ribbon on that Zwelos. Don't know why that's there, but it's there, guys.
hey, it saves you a little bit of candy, a little bit of dust. Nothing wrong with that.
It's true. That is very true. But yeah, I think Dragon Silk knows that he's in a very tough spot. He has to try to win switch advantage here to try and beat out that Meganium versus Stunfisk matchup.
Stunfisk, unlike Whiscash, does not have an answer to grass types. All of its moves are resisted, so when this Meganium comes back in,
Which
there
is
is
coming
not
back
much
in
he
right
can do.
now. It's coming in right now. There it is.
Throws the Dark Pulse, chips down the Stunfisk a little. Personally, a questionable decision. You would want to farm with the Meganium against this Stunfisk right now.
I don't
It's
see
not
any
doing very
charge
much
moves going
damage.
off. I see no charge moves coming off. Basically, Dragon Soul's just trying to do as much damage as he can to just do as much damage as he can to that Meganium. But Meganium is not shielding at all, and he has no shields, and he's just gonna farm down with Vine Whip, and whatever's coming in is gonna get hit really
Stunfisk
hard.
is tanky. Oh man.
Wow.
Oh man.
Wow. Ooh.
This might actually work out for Dragon Silk.
Yeah, Dragon Silk is playing this really smart. Hypno's gonna come in. Oh wow. 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 Okay. Wow. That Meganium had a lot of energy, like frenzy plant galore.
Oh, he makes the switch
Ooh.
immediately.
Oh my
We
gosh.
have the race to the charge move.
Oh,
Ice
we got
Punch coming through.
what?
Will this KO?
I think this is gonna KO.
It does
Uh,
KO. If he
yep.
comes back in with Meganium, maybe he could farm down.
Ooh, no, that's
No,
game.
this is a losing matchup.
That's the game.
So we have finishing up this matchup between Dragon Silk and Grias, 2-1 for Canada, and
Leaving Canada
very well played.
and Chile to be 9-6. So 9-6 for Team Canada. It's kind of gonna be it's tough for
It's
Chile,
still
but
close.
again,
It's still close.
it's still close. They could come back from it.
Absolutely. Next up, we have CCO FTW versus, I believe it's pronounced Nacho.
Nacho. And what do you think we're gonna see here?
Personally, looking at both of their teams, I really love playing with Tropius, and it is a very powerful pick, only getting walled by one Pokemon on the opposing team. We
Yep.
don't see any Registeels, Bastiodons, Melmetas, or anything like that. Even against the Altaria, if CCO is running Air Slash, it would still deal quite a bit of damage.
I think we're gonna see Scrafty in this play.
Scrafty does beat and wall Alolan Muck, Shift
Yep.
Tree, and does pretty well against Hypno as well.
Yep. I think Scrafty is gonna be a big play here. I think maybe. I was thinking Bastiodon, but then I saw Toxicroak and I was like,
Bastiodon's not too bad because we can. I'm pretty sure we can safely assume no Hypno has Focus Blast, but we could never know.
Hey, it's happened. It's happened.
It's happened in the past. Could happen again. But we have Bastiodon beating out the Hypno, walling off Altaria, farming that all the way down. It beats Muck and it beats Shift Tree. So that's 4 out of 6 of the
The
Pokemon.
best of the best playing here.
So we have CCO
Yep.
screen on for you guys now, locking into the Great League, and we will see what he is up to.
Oh, I'm super excited for this. Will we see
Tropius.
Scrafty? Will we see
Oh,
Scrafty?
Bastion.
Oh,
Like I said. Oh, no Tropius.
no Tropius, no Scrafty. We were completely wrong here.
What an upset. Game hasn't even
What an
started.
upset already so early. But again, Bastiodon, Azumarill, Toxicroak.
And he locks it in.
He's gonna have some really good matchups against that Altaria.
No one likes Altaria.
Yep.
Personally, I have a thing against Hypnos now. So hard to predict, so hard to even make assumptions about what somebody's Hypno moveset might be.
And especially with legends like this, they're gonna play that game. They're gonna make you think that they're gonna go Focus Blast, or they might actually go Focus Blast. They need to change things up when it comes to these kind of players because that's the only way to outthink other players.
So what you're saying is we should be running Focus Blast.
That is correct. No one will see it coming. No,
What
totally
what
joking.
should I
Don't do
pair
that.
with that Focus Blast though? A Punch, a Shadow Ball, Psyshock? What's your
Mm,
personal preference?
see, now you're putting me on the spot here. But I'll probably Shadow Ball, or maybe a punch. Maybe a punch. Yeah, like maybe an ice punch. Again,
Ice,
Shadow
ice,
Ball is pretty top tier.
Shadow Ball, same stats as Stone Edge. I believe 55 energy and deals, let's just say, a ton of damage.
A
Tons
ton
of
of damage.
damage.
A ton. So, what's your thoughts here? We saw a Bastiodon, a Azumarill, and a Tropius. Now, what do you
No,
think?
not
Not
was it
sorry, not
Tropius?
Tropius,
Hypno.
Toxicroak.
Toxicroak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so looking at that line, it would be difficult to combat an Altaria in the back. Azumarill is quite powerful on the side of Gris. So we have Bastion versus Azumarill starting out in the lead. As long as the opponent has a Hydro Pump in his moveset pool, this will be a losing matchup for CCO. We're going to see the first Stone Edge thrown out and see how this matchup plays out.
I'm curious to see. Will shields come up early in the match? No, they will not.
This gives CCO the opportunity to farm down, throwing up 2 shields. So this will be interesting.
Hydro Pump going in, not actually getting the bait there, and then just going straight for Stone Edge. Will we actually get a shield from the Azumarill? I'm pretty sure we will.
I feel like the Azumarill really wants to win this lead.
Yeah.
He tried to go for a risky play, not shielding the first, not going for the bait.
But CCO is going to take advantage of it. He's going straight Hydro Pump, shielding. Again, no bait. And I'm pretty sure that Bastiodon can pretty much farm down that Azumarill now.
Even an Ice Beam at this range would not KO.
Yep.
So we have a little bit of energy going into the second matchup. And will he
Ooh,
be?
getting
He
the
does.
flamethrower.
That is a big deal. That
Huge
flamethrower
play.
will take out 60% of that Toxicroak's HP. But with that extra little energy on Toxicroak,
You are
there's
scared of
no
those sludge
real
bombs.
safe switch.
I'm curious to see what he's going to bring in. Decide to actually go in. Oh,
The
CCO!
sack swap.
Wow, CCO, amazing play. Bringing in the Toxicroak to try to get the Mud Bomb, and then switching it out for the Azumarill, so that way he eats the Mud Bomb and doesn't get the actual Sludge Bomb. That was actually super smart. And now going for the Ice Beam, basically finishing off that Toxicroak.
Or forcing the
Or,
second shield.
yeah, or that second shield, which I'm pretty sure he will get. Yep. Oh, switching
Saving
out
that energy in the back. And now
Altaria.
that was a questionable swap because you would want Altaria for the Toxicroak in the back, but now
Yeah.
you haven't thrown your Sludge Bomb, you haven't chipped it down, you won't be able to knock it out with a Sky Attack.
This is weird.
It definitely is weird.
I have never seen somebody switching an Altaria onto an Azumarill.
At this point, even if the Azumarill falls, we can have the Toxicroak farmed up, or
Oh,
we just have the CMP.
okay. But again, that Toxicroak on the opponent's on Nacho's side
Has energy.
has energy. I don't
I
know if this is going to
don't
be enough.
think it knocks it out. And with 1 or possibly 2 counters, the opposing Toxicroak will fall.
Yep. Let's see. Mud Bomb. No, it's not enough. And then the counters. Boom. Wow.
Game 1 to CCO. That was very well played. Losing the lead.
Coming back from it, deciding to take switch advantage over shield advantage, and then also pulling off the flamethrower to actually equal out the shields.
And then the sack swap.
Yeah, the
and
sack swap is what made
energy
it.
management, making it to 3 Ice Beams.
I think that literally that sack swap is what made that matchup.
Absolutely.
So we're going into round 2. What's your thoughts? What do you think is going to be changed up here? Will we see Scrafty? Will we see Tropius?
Personally, I don't think we'll see Scrafty. Because we just saw an Azumarill, we just saw Toxicroak, and we just saw an Altaria. All 3 of which are things that beat Scrafty. On the other hand, Tropius, my personal pick, no offense, no I'm kidding. Tropius being hovered right now, hovered, CCO. Let me channel this to you.
Ooh, I see the Tropius.
There we go. Tropius beating out 2 of those 3 Pokemon that we just saw. Very powerful pick, but he needs to account for the Altaria now.
Yep.
We do not know any of the Hypno movesets we're looking at right now, so that could remain a mystery. Maybe we're looking at an Ice Punch. that will make Hypno an Altaria counter as well.
Do you think we're going to see that Altaria again?
I do think so.
I agree. I'm curious to see where this Tropius is going to play. We will have to be careful because I see, Nacho's getting the leads here. So we might get like an Alolan Muck lead.
Waiting for the opponent to lock in. Once again, we just saw Hypno, Azumarill, and Tropius locked in on CCO's side. Going
let's
into
see
round
it.
number 2.
Hypno versus Hypno. Now the question is are any of them running Focus Blast?
Double punch is what I'm curious to see.
Oh, no, it's Ice Punch, Shadow Ball.
So this Ice Punch Hypno makes it so that nearly his entire team's just anti-Altaria.
Oh, yeah.
If we see Altaria in the back or in any of these upcoming matches, CCO should be in a very good spot. We see him going for the Shadow Ball against the mirror right now. It does get shielded.
Now that opponent's Nacho's Hypno actually did a Ice Punch, which means he does have energy gain. CCO was actually choosing to not use the charge move first to try to get that extra fast move in. Now, the swap out. What was
Into
that?
the Azumarill. I think I saw a bubble.
Yeah, I think I saw a bubble as well. Yeah.
So we have the Shadow Ball coming through, making an insta swap into Tropius.
Tropius.
Taking advantage of that grass type against the water Azumarill, but we do have to be careful for the Ice Beam. Double super effective against this Tropius. Eating the first Leaf Blade. Tropius deciding to taking that Ice Beam as well. Oh,
going for player up.
Wow,
it's not an Ice Beam.
Call.
It is not an Ice Beam.
A call.
Oh my god. Dude, how did he know?
Man.
Wow.
Oh man.
What? Now just
now he just farms down.
Farm it down and just shooting off charge moves like it's nothing. Wow.
Let's see those double Leaf Blades. Oh man.
Arrow Ace coming in.
Toxicroak?
Oh man.
I think this will be really close.
And then going in for the Leaf Blade to hit the Hypno. Now, what do you think is going to happen here? Do you think he's going to switch out? I think he has a Zoomer, right?
Should take advantage of that confusion coming through back onto the next Pokemon, because having that extra Pokemon in the back, whether it's 5 HP, 20 HP, you have seen that sack swap on so many of these high-level players, and that means there's one more extra, shield.
I agree. He's going to just straight farm him down with Bubble, and then going to shoot out the Hydro Pump onto the Azumarill? Azumarill, correct?
I believe so.
Toxicroak.
No. And that's is game 2.
Wow.
We are now, I believe,
11 and
6.
11-6 right now. We are almost double in points.
I believe once a team gets to 13 points, it's over.
The game.
So let's see if Canada can pull off 2 more wins. That's all we need.
They're still going to play their battles out.
Yeah, well, we'll have a lot of good matches for you guys for the next, I believe, 30, 40 minutes.
But it's up to 13, so. Ooh. Let's see.
But
Will Chile.
If CCO goes 3-0, that means we have one more battle left to become or be moving into the next round of this Battle of the Worlds championship.
Now, so now the winner of this round would actually be going up against Team Portugal. So
Portugal.
Portugal has been doing very well as well.
Do we know who they faced off against last round?
They faced off against Italy.
Italy's not a country to laugh at.
Nope, nope. Let's see who's on the Italy's team. We have the Nut.
No, 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 no.
Oh,
We have
Raging
Raging
Taz.
Taz, and I believe we have Eliza,
Oh, Eliza. Yep.
Ricky.
Ricky. Well, regardless, there's a lot of great players, all top tier onto the Silver Arena.
Many of these names you have heard of,
Oh,
taken down
wow.
large
CCO
mega
willingly
tournaments.
going Tropius against the Azumarill, knowing now that that Azumarill does not have an Ice Beam, which means that Azumarill is going to have to get out of there sooner or later.
Knowing these Chileans, they really love to do their perfectly timed sack swaps. Looks like he won't be able to sack swap this very first Leaf Blade. Let's see if he lets it through. He
He lets it
does.
through. Choosing not to shield because he knows that it has a Play Rough or a Hydro Pump.
It's interesting that he's staying in this matchup.
He doesn't want to lose switch advantage.
He's going to lose it anyway.
He's going to lose it anyway. I'm not sure why. He's he swapped into the Altaria there. I don't know if you saw that. It was just like literally like instantaneously.
Split second. Like I said, those well timed sack swaps.
Yeah.
But now we have another big wall. Not a Bastion, but it's second worst nightmare, Azumarill with that double super effective Ice Beam.
Now, Ice Beam is going to do a whole lot of damage. Do you think he's just going to let it go? Or do you think he's going to want to keep the Altaria alive?
I personally don't think it matters.
Oh,
but
shield.
it's that Sky Attack will do more damage than an Azumarill's mirror match, although the opposing Azumarill does have Play Rough.
Yes, you're right. Which means now he will lose the mirror here. Ice Beam, again, is going to do a lot of damage. He wants to keep that Altaria alive. I do see a second shield coming in. There it is.
At this rate, I believe he still should be able to get to the Ice Beam. And another swap.
Ooh!
These
What?
super well-timed swaps. But CCO is not sleeping on the enemy.
He
makes sure he counts. He watches the swap, and he just makes his own swap, going like, I'm not letting you off easy. Come back into my hard wall, my counter, Leaf Blade. I've still got two shields. I've still got two shields, is what he's saying.
Oh my god.
Throw your two Sky Attacks now. Not even a chance.
Wow. Yeah, it all really depends.
Let's see a Toxicroak in the back. And this is over. This is a winning matchup. Two shields. He still gets off the Ice Beam. Toxicroak versus Toxicroak coming in a second.
And that's pretty much the game.
3-0.
3-0, and that means we are 12-6. That means Canada has doubled in points against Chile. And man, this might be short. This might be short.
Short but sweet. These matches have been phenomenal. Very well played on both sides. Canada versus Chile.
All you can expect from these type of players.
Let us remind you that these 8 countries that are competing have gone through a preliminary stage 1 to be entered into this best of 8 players to face off in, is it double elimination or single elimination? In the single elimination matchup of For those who don't know, King's in our ear, whispering stuff to us. So sometimes it'll seem like we're talking to no one, talking to ourselves. But he's the man in the chair, the guy in the chair.
King, first of all, can we just say a big thank you to King to actually organizing this whole thing?
Absolutely. This is King's channel, King's stream, King's team, might I say. And for those who aren't followed or subscribed, please do on his Twitch or on his YouTube channel or even on Twitter, all of which you can follow at Pogo King, Kieng. You have Jay Formakis as my co-host or the primary host here. I'm just hanging around.
I'm pretty sure I'm the co-host here.
We're in this together.
We're in this together. Now we are gonna be having very cool guy Noah from Canada versus what is it? Is that bastard ketchup BK?
Yeah, it's spelled Baztar, but we have been corrected to pronounce it as Bastard Ketchup BK.
What an
So,
original name! I would never even thought of that name if I could never think of it. It's almost as silly as Wild Susan Boyle.
oh, you went there. You went there.
um, well, okay, let's take a look quickly at these teams. We see a Lapras.
It's a very interesting team on the side of Noah. We haven't seen very many Laprases. Skarmory is definitely not a popular pick because of how prominent and how many positive matchups an Azumarill has in the meta. We see a Swampert, very uncommon because there's also the Whiscash counterpart.
Yep.
Toxicroak is meta, Meganium is meta, but Melmetal is
Interesting to see that there's Melmetal on both sides.
absolutely because the Melmetal slot includes, I believe, Gen 5, Alolan, and I'm pretty sure it included something else, but it's got a
It's
quite a
basically
large
after
pool.
anything from Gen 5 and above.
Right.
Oh,
So
seeing the
going into
Melmetal
match
first too.
one,
Losing the lead against the Toxicroak. This is not good. He's gonna be switching out, bringing it into the Skarmory. Now, will we see an Azumarill here? We will.
well,
No,
we
we'll
see a
see an
Melmetal. We
counterpart
see
Melmetal. Oh my!
absolutely hard walled by this counter swap. There's not much very cool guy Noah can do against this Melmetal, although Melmetal in the Great League is a little glassier than we see in the Ultra and the Master League. Do we see a Rock Slide? Thunderbolt? It is a Rock Slide, not going for the kill. Getting to another Sky Attack, chipping another 20-30% HP off this Melmetal.
Wow.
I think he might have superpower if he didn't go straight for the Thunderbolt.
I think he's running Rock Slide Superpower.
Would you shield? I
I
personally
would
would
shield here. I
shield.
would shield here.
And he does.
Definitely. He's gonna be able to farm this thing down. Oh my god. Okay, will we see a double shield? I would
Do
double
it.
shield. Win a switch
If
advantage here.
you burn
Yes.
your first shield, you just go for the second.
Oh my gosh. Beautiful.
Two
That's it.
shields down,
He
win
has a
switch
Sky Attack right
advantage.
away. And it's in the Azumarill. Sky Attack will do some decent damage.
It will do a little bit. We have Melmetal and Swampert on the
But
backside.
this is tough. This is gonna be really tough because Bastard Ketchup does have those two shields, and he is also not running Thunderbolt.
If he is not running Hydro Pump, there is a chance. But that is
Right.
extremely
Nope.
unlikely.
Nope.
We
Nope.
see the
Nope.
Hydro
Nope.
Pump, and this matchup is over.
Oh no. Will this be Chile's comeback? Will it be Chile's comeback here?
Don't no, we're supposed to be biased on this side of the stream. They can be
Oh,
biased over Chile
we're
on
biased here.
Swagron's side of the stream. You know, Root for your own teammates,
Oh,
man.
dude, I'm 100% Team Canada here. like 1000%. I just thought we were allowed to be biased because we're shoutcasters. But you know what? If you said be biased, then yes, man. Okay.
Learning from the best. CCO. Last stream, just straight bias.
Oh yeah.
There's not
Yeah.
much we can do in this matchup. Hard counter after hard counter. Overall, Melmetal did not seem like a very powerful pick. Um, it did not beat any of the three opposing picks that Bastard Ketchup made, which would be Toxicroak, the Mirror Melmetal, and the Azumarill. So we just saw the second move set, Play Rough Hydro Pump
Yep.
on the Azumarill. That is interesting. That would mean Meganium becomes a much, much better pick, as well as the Toxicroak.
I definitely see because due to the fact that we saw the Azumarill do the play rough and the Hydro Pump, I definitely see very cool guy Noah bringing in the Meganium this matchup.
Meganium does get hard walled by Altaria as that double flyer, a doubles resistant to grass and ground moves. But we do see several neutral matchups on the side of Bastard Ketchup. We see Hypno, depending on his punch. We see the Meganium Mirror match. We see the Melmetal very bait dependent match as well. And we see the Toxicroak, which theoretically, due to its typing, resists those grass attacks and should beat the Meganium. Personally, I would go for the Toxicroak matchup.
As we see here, he's thinking about his team, but he does have selected right now Melmetal in the lead, Meganium in the middle, and then Skarmory as his last pick. This is a pretty interesting line to have.
Interesting for sure. It's
Oh,
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 we see a couple changes.
oh! Decided to take
Swampert,
out the Meganium.
Swampert wasn't a poor pick last match. Good against Melmetal. Good against
Oof.
the Toxicroak.
Curious and interesting to see that he chose not to bring in the Meganium. Oh my God.
Another
We got
hard loss
hard
in the
counter in the
lead.
lead again. Oh my God.
We see Skarmory coming back in. Do we see Melmetal coming back in?
Yes,
And we
we
do.
do. Ooh, this is gonna be an uphill battle.
Are you
Oh,
expecting a double shield again?
yes, 100%.
With two shields down, though,
Ooh.
we still don't know the second moveset on this Melmetal.
Yeah, we don't. We haven't seen it.
It's almost for sure going to be a superpower, but
Yeah.
at two shields down, if you're going to go for the same play, Meganium can go for that Earthquake against Melmetal. So I personally would not make the same play.
Oof. He does have Swampert, so he would be able to farm it down with the mud shots. I don't think he'll be able to get to a superpower here. And then whatever comes in, let's see. He might bring back his Azumarill. And
This is
then
a superpower.
this is gonna be a superpower for sure. Yeah.
This will take out quite a bit of HP.
Oh,
60%. And
wow.
we are almost for sure going to see Meganium come back. Oh no, we see an
Oh,
Altaria. Making the counter swap into the Melmetal, eating this Sky Attack.
choosing to not shield, being able to eat the Sky Attack, farm down, but now that Altaria is going to swap out, bring in the Meganium. And again, that Meganium had energy. We're going to just go straight Rock Slide. Ooh, no. Choosing to actually go Frenzy Plant here, which will still do a whole lot of damage. He needs to take out that Meganium.
We are still looking at two shields versus two shields. One just burnt by on the side of very cool guy Noah. the first burnt by Bastard Ketchup as well. And this Melmetal is extremely important for winning the rest of this matchup against this Altaria.
For sure. Do you think he? I don't know actually.
Personally, I would charge up to the double superpower, go for that, and then when the Altaria comes back in and you have debuffed yourself, throw that Swampert out.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh wow! Decides to shield it. Oh, and getting the Hydro Cannon off.
I don't think this knocks out.
No, it won't. But again, Melmetal does have a Rock Slide from what I remember. But the Rocks still won't KO. Yeah, I don't think there's anything very cool guy can do. Oh, let's see. Rock Slide.
That
Uno.
is not enough.
No.
So going into game 3 of round
No,
3 that we have featured here for you, Very Cool Guy Noah versus Bastard Ketchup. It is 2 matches for the side of Chile, but that is after I believe Dragon Silk went 3, or was it
Dragon
2?
Silk went 2-1.
2 and 1.
CCO went 3-0. And then
So
very cool guy.
is currently 0 and 2.
Correct.
We are still looking at this final matchup, round 3 of this pairing. The total is currently 12-8, so they are catching up 4 points behind.
4 points behind, but it's okay. Very cool guy. Will get his composure back. He'll start thinking to see exactly how he's going to outplay Bastard Ketchup, and we will win this for Team Canada.
Absolutely. So considering Canada is currently at 12 points, the worst we could end up, ending up at is a 12-12 tie between both Canada and Chile. I hope I'm not jinxing it.
That means if Canada loses every single match right now.
Yeah. The next 4 matches.
Yeah, the
then
next
it would
4.
be a tie.
Okay, we are not jinxing this. Canada's going to win, okay?
As long as we don't see this Melmetal in Cool Guy Noah's team, I feel like we should be good.
He has to not get hard countered in the lead.
So we're looking at, instead of Melmetal as the Altaria counter, we are now looking at the Lapras. Paired with that Toxicroak and that semi-neutral matchup for Skarmory. We really need to see that Skarmory paired with anything other than that Melmetal this time.
Toxicroak versus Altaria.
Another
Oh my
loss
god!
in the lead.
Oh
How
my
are we
god!
going to overcome this? We see
All
the
right, let's
Lapras swap in.
Let's see if he has an answer. Meganium.
Meganium. This is
Again,
not too bad of a matchup.
This is not too bad.
As long as we see a double shield again, just like the first game.
Yep.
These ice shards dealing super effective damage are heavier hitting than the Vinewoods coming through from the Meganium.
Correct.
So,
and then just that extra surf chip damage is going to do pretty well.
So he does go for the first shield, goes for the surf. Let's see if the opponent shields. Bastard Ketchup goes for that first shield, and we have a 1 shield to 1 shield. Very Cool Guy Noah going for his second and last shield for this matchup. Hopefully going for the Ice Shard farm down. He does not. He goes for the surf, trying to pull out that second shield.
I wonder here if he will swap here. Oh, the swap's coming. Shield's up. Second shield's down. Boom! Gets the Frenzy Plant swap. Wait, what? Did I miss that? Oh my god, man. It's so oh god.
Get a little carried away.
Yeah, man, like
To be fair, we do not have the Melmetal versus this Skarmory right now. And in the Zero Shields, I believe Skarmory still wins this matchup
yeah.
because one Hydro Pump is not enough, and the Play Rough definitely is resisted. Personally, I would go for the Flash Cannon in with the chance that he might get to the second Ice Beam
Oof.
or
I think
gets
he's gonna
farmed
farm him down.
down.
Oh
No,
no, no.
he goes for the charge move, which means we can farm up maybe 2 fast attacks for this next Pokemon.
He still has the Lapras.
He has a Lapras, and we see
Altaria
the
coming in.
Altaria come back in.
Ooh,
Sky Attack
couldn't get
comes
that
through
swap.
before he's able to get to the swamp.
Couldn't get that swap off. Ooh, all right. I think that's the game. Yeah.
That's all 3.
Chile's making the comeback.
So we are
Chile,
ending off round 3 at 12-9.
Bastard Ketchup doing a 3-0 sweep. Wow, that was very well played. Choosing the lead was absolutely huge for Bastard Ketchup.
Absolutely. All 3 games hard countered.
Nuts, absolutely nuts. He must be a psychic.
Psychic type, fitting for the upcoming Abrid Community Day, which is featuring the box with Elite TMs.
You sound like a Niantic sponsorship.
Oh man. Niantic,
Oh
my payslip?
But are you excited for the Aber Community Day?
I think that counter Alakazam has quite the niche. It won't play a role in the main meta,
Yep.
but it is like a Deoxys.
Would you say it's more of a fragile Deoxys?
Yes, but it also has Fire Punch, which is extremely interesting. Um,
Interesting.
Part of the problem with Deoxys is that it loses to those Frenzy Plant users because it runs that counter neutral damage, but it doesn't have anything to follow up with taking out those grass types. We do have the Fire Punch, the Shadow Ball. Counter has relatively high energy gain as well, so it will shake up certain metas.
So you don't see it being used in Great League GBL.
Personally, no.
Counter Fire Punch, Registeel?
Possibly if you use a Shadow version. You shield
Mhm.
the flash cannons, otherwise you're going to get knocked out instantly.
Mhm.
Alakazam is a very, very glassy Pokemon. But with a
Agreed.
Shadow Alakazam, you could possibly Fire Punch something twice and knock them out.
Interesting. So you're basically using your Alakazam as your main Pokemon to use all your shields for. But then you're also going to be taking out shields because you're going to farm down the Registeel, pull off some fire punches, but then also hit another Pokemon with the charge move as well, possibly a Shadow Ball, which we all know is deadly.
Alakazam seems like a pretty good anti-meta Pokemon so far, but in GBL we do see the Azumarill and the Altaria quite popular as well.
Agreed. So let's take a look here. What do we got?
We have Arabelle versus the Mind 11 in this final matchup.
The Mind 11. Okay, so we're going to see, you see Venusaur. Ooh, we see another Zwelos, a Jirachi.
Jirachi is the first one we've seen and the only one we see in the entire tournament, I believe. If you guys are not familiar, in the previous tiebreaker of round 1 in this global tournament, we had Aravo facing off against Arrow in the tiebreaker for this first seed going into round 2. He made use of his Jirachi, his Venusaur very well, winning 3-2 against Arrow, and we have him coming back on stream for you guys to play out some amazing matches.
Now, do you think he's going to bring the Jirachi back here?
I'm not sure because Alolan Muck is a very scary pick.
Yep,
Azumarill does, soft counter a lot of things, including Jirachi. Um, Registeel as well
correct.
is just the ultimate tank with that Focus Blast. It deals quite a lot of damage to Jirachi, and Jirachi doesn't have a very large variety of movesets for coverage.
I agree. I agree completely. I like the fact that Arabelle is actually running a Venusaur over the Meganium sixth pick, as normally that's what usually everybody picks.
And that's where his Jirachi comes in. His Confusion user is not that Gen 1 Hypno. It is that Jirachi, that hybrid steel type.
Super interesting pick. Now picking a grass type with also some poison typing to be able to counter the Meganium as well. Do you see Zuelos coming in?
I think so.
You think
Uh,
so?
Personally, Meganium for a lot of teams and a lot of people is very problematic because of how Azumarill and Steel type centric this near open meta is, this Voyager Cup. So having that hard counter against Meganium will ease up a lot of, pressure that against your water types. And if you find that matchup like Bastard Ketchup did against Very Cool Guy Noah last last set, you will be able to have a very easy rest of the battle once you find that pairing. Although that does rely on you winning the lead, finding the pairing, and
Yep.
having something that's powerful in the back as well. But we will see.
I'm curious to see this. What team is going to come from this? Because I don't know. I don't see Reggie coming in because he does have a Toxicroak and a Swampert. Azumarill as well. Um, man, just I don't know. This
Uh,
is a tough match to call.
Coming from the mine side, I think we will be seeing the Hypno first and foremost.
Mhm.
It's good against the two poison types Arabelle has on his team. It has that Shadow Ball, assuming it does, against the Jirachi, and it's very tanky. And that confusion damage will be enough to take out Swampert if you have shields up, if you're going straight for the baits or whatnot. And if it is Thunder Punch, it does quite well against Azumarill as well, being one of those Azumarill counters without relying on a grass type. So Hypno is looking like a very solid choice at the moment.
I totally agree. Hypno is gonna be super good here. Uh, it does really well against pretty much everything, and it does have the Ice Punch for the Zwelos.
Absolutely. Like we said earlier, we have no idea what these movesets could be. Maybe we'll see the Focus Blast on Swilus one shot. That would be amazing.
All
We
right, so
see
we're starting
them.
this up. Let's see. How is he going to be doing this? Is he going to run the Venusaur Jirachi? Will he be running a Zoomerl? Let's see.
It looks like Airval already has his team set up. We have Azumarill in the lead, Jirachi in the middle, and Swilus at the back.
Do you think he's going to switch up? No. Oh, what? Oh,
Little
I
technical error. Is he recording?
think he's trying to get back on again. Oh,
I think he is
mm,
recording though.
uh, wait. What? He's
Is
switching
he
his
swapping
buddy.
his buddy?
Oh, I think yeah. I think he's trying to switch his buddy out. I think
Oh,
his
the
best
rank
buddy is
2 or
Zoomerl.
something.
He's switching it for his best buddy Zoomerl.
Yeah, he said he
Interesting.
powered this up just for me because I kept complaining about his IVs. To be fair, IVs don't mean everything. He's been able to get this far pull out wins consistently back to back, beat Arrow in a best of five with bad IVs. And that just goes to show skill, technique, all these things come first. And we see him locking into Swampert, Toxicroak, and Zweilous.
Interesting.
We have not talked about that Toxicroak, but it does look quite well. It beats the Registeel, the Meganium, the Alolan Muck. With baits, it can beat that Azumarill. It
Here's the
goes toe to
Toxicroak.
toe, and it only loses to Hypno.
Let's see. Will we see that Hypno? I'm pretty sure we're going to see that Hypno here.
Almost for sure. But we
Ooh.
do have him bringing the Zweilous to make sure he has that counter in the back. Hopefully making that matchup, that
Arabelle,
pairing.
you only need one win. Just one.
Just one.
Get it.
Knowing Arabelle, he's one of the better players, or one of the best. We have an entire team of amazing players in this team of 8 from Canada. Even King himself couldn't make it. So we do have a powerful lead, and this is what we were looking for.
Exactly. That's exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about the Zweilous versus the Hypno. This is just going to completely wall him. He's going to have to be careful against the ice punches, though. Does he have the ice punch? That's the question. I'm pretty sure he does. Yes, the ice punch connects. And I'm pretty sure he's just going to just farm and body slam. And he's decided to actually.
Knowing Arabelle, he really likes to go for just the spammy body slams, chip damage. And as long as he keeps this up, he shields the next one, he will win this matchup for sure.
For sure. I think he can farm him down.
Absolutely. And
Having
considering how positive his matchups were in the back, and with this energy, he'll make up the shield for sure.
Oh, for sure. 100%. Do you see a body slam spam, or do you see a foul play? Oh, it really depends what's coming in, though.
I would say body slam, because we just took out his Hypno. The only thing that resists these charge moves is the Registeel, but Azumarill being a much better pick versus Aravelle's team. We have we have Swampert, we have Azumarill, we have Toxicroak, all these things suppressing that Registeel pick.
I'm curious to know what would you have picked Toxicroak to come back in with, or would you have brought the Azumarill in?
Either way, I think you would need to shield, but it seems like the mind has decided to save that shield in hopes for winning that Toxicroak matchup.
Right.
So the body slam would technically do a little less damage to the Azumarill, but the Toxicroak wouldn't be able to farm up. So it would really be a preference, I guess, of play.
Makes perfect sense. Now we're going to see a Hydro Cannon coming in. Toxicroak should be pretty much done here, or will he get the shield here?
I believe the Toxicroak would. Oh,
he lets it go.
Quite interesting. The Azumarill being so low on HP makes this very difficult. Hydro Cannon coming through to the shield and gets farmed down by the bubbles.
Again, Arabelle does have a shield as well, and he has energy on that Toxicroak. He's going to get to that Sludge Bomb, no problem.
Ice Beam, he will be able to survive. And it'll take another 2 or 1 bubbles to get to the next Ice Beam. But he would need to get to the Hydro Pump to knock out Toxicroak. Toxicroak not playing around, going straight for the Sludge Bomb, knocking out the final
game. And that is the win that we needed. Yes,
Canada Arabelle is now 13-9, making them, giving us the guarantee position in the next pairing against, I believe, Portugal.
Yes, you heard it, ladies and gentlemen. Canada has moved on to round 3 and will be going up against Team Portugal. Oh, yes, man, I'm so excited. Oh. But again, we will be playing this out. This is our 3rd round, correct? No, 4th.
No,
This is the 4th.
isn't that the very first round?
No, I mean 4th game.
Right.
4th
Yes.
game.
Fourth round. Yes.
Okay.
So
This
we
is our
have two
last and
more
final round.
battles. No, we have two more battles.
No, but I mean
Oh,
like
rounds,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
If you
Now,
guys couldn't tell, I started going a little haywire after seeing very cool guys Noah's matchup. You know,
yep.
after seeing those hard losses, we just started dying a little inside.
It's okay. Arabelle came in, clutched it out first in the first game. Now we're gonna have Jirachi versus Hypno.
A very bait dependent matchup, especially since that Hypno has Ice Punch resisted by that Steel type.
Ooh, this is interesting.
Arabelle deciding to stay in, going for the Meteor Mash. He does have several confusions before the Azumarill came in, so he does have that energy lead.
Almost getting to another Doom Desire.
I believe this is an Ice Beam. Would not do very much.
Ooh, no
Oh
Hydro
no!
Pump.
Going straight for the attempted KO, getting shielded, going for the Meteor Mash. If this is Azumarill wants to stay in the game, it would need him to shield. And he does.
I think
At
here
this
he can
point,
just shield here
yes, shield
and
and
then
farm
farm
down.
down.
And he does go for that. But that means the Hypno Shadow Balls will go unshielded for whatever is remaining. And that, like I said, does tons of damage.
Now, I'm curious to see if we're going to see a Zwelos versus Hypno and then Hypno focus blasting.
We have seen the Ice Punch. We don't know what the second move is, so
Yeah,
there
we
is a
don't know.
chance.
I would love to see a focus blast.
I feel like that was a CMP tie.
Agreed.
And this is most likely that Ice Punch just should be enough to knock out at this range.
Dude, Thunder Punch.
Oh, wow. He is
Thunder
running the
Punch.
very first double punch Hypno in this
Unbelievable that
game.
there's no focus blast.
Oh, man.
But again, this Velos is coming in.
Seeing that Dark versus... Oh, this could be problematic. The Toxicroak
Oh,
is
man.
good against both of these Pokemon, especially since the Azumarill has no more shields, will be eating that Sludge Bomb to the face. Very, very well played to throw off that
Wow.
Body Slam before swapping out.
I agree. Sludge Bomb is going to do a lot of damage, not enough to KO. And then the Azumarill should be able to get to the Ice Beam. Farm a little bit extra, just maybe. Oh, be able
Hydro
to farm
Pump
that whole
coming
thing down.
through. And going
Arabelle
for that knockout.
playing that out super smart with that best buddy Azumarill and being able to KO the Hypno and ending game 2.
That I have to highlight that play. Deciding, make that split second decision to not make that swap, throw that body slam. That gave him enough time and HP and damage to be able to farm down the rest of Toxicroak. If he made that switch instantly, he would not have the opportunity
To
to
farm down the
have
Azumarill.
an Ice Beam, have a Hydro Pump, have anything. It would have been dead weight.
Totally agree. That was super smart. Like knowing to use the body slam, to bring in the Azumarill, to shoot the Hydro Pump, to actually farm down. Insane. And that is why these guys are the top of the food chain when it comes to Pokemon Go PvP.
Canadians, top of the chain. J Farm confirms.
The world. Calling it right now, Canada's winning. Calling it right now. Mind you, me You and King are all from Canada, but that's not biased at all.
No. It's a fact.
It's a fact. Oh man, that was crazy. All right, let's see the end of round 3. Finish
So
this off.
this will
Ooh.
be the final match of the day, and the final match determining the final result of Chile versus Canada. We have another Jirachi lead for Arabelle.
Man, he really knows how to use that Jirachi.
Going straight for the shield, not playing around. Most likely an Ice Beam this time.
No, going
And
straight
I am
Hydro Pump.
terrible at calling these.
No,
Thank
he
God
needs to get
I
rid of
am
that
not
Jirachi. He's
Arabelle's
not playing.
position.
He knows Arabelle is nasty with that Jirachi, so he's trying to do everything in his power to get rid of it.
No baits. No one's playing around. Shield right away. Jirachi wins in the 2 shield matchup because of how powerful these move sets are on Jirachi. Confusion doing tons of damage. We have Meteor
Wow,
Mash.
not even being able to pull off the second charge move.
Come
Farming
into
it
the
down.
second pairing with energy, same shields. Oh man.
Whoa, God. Shields are down. Oh, okay. This is told you he is the master of the Jirachi.
If this Hypno does not throw a charge move, this Jirachi will get to another Meteor Mash. And no shield coming through by Arabelle, letting this Jirachi go, taking that shield advantage. I believe the big bad 2-headed,
Yep.
dark type thing is coming back out.
Swellows.
Farm that all the way down. It doesn't matter if he has an Azumarill in the back.
Ice punch,
Straight
whatever.
body slam, whatever. Staying in.
Staying in.
Letting the Zweilous farm. And he
Switching
finally makes
out.
the switch.
Going
Ooh,
straight Dark Pulse. Oh,
that
man.
is
Okay.
bad for the Azumarill in the back, but this Dragon typing resists these Vine Whips, and he would need to get to 2 Frenzy Plants to be able to knock out this Zweilous with that shield up still.
Oof. Swellows just coming in and just absolutely obliterating his team. Yeah. Deciding
He
to
lets
not
it
shield,
through.
bringing the Azumarill,
Bubble
farming
it
it
down.
down with Bubble, and now being able to actually pull off pretty much just farming it down. Yeah. He's not gonna
Is he
shield
gonna
here.
no shield?
He's gonna go for the note for the full disrespect finish right now, choosing to not shield, eating everything, keeping a shield, and farming it down with Bubble, and that is how Canada goes. Oh my God.
That
Susan.
3-0 by Arabelle to finish up this Canada versus Chile set. I believe we are closing off at 15-9.
15-9. I'm super, super happy about what just happened there.
Yeah, I'm CCO. What's up? Team captain. I'm benching Chas for the next round.
So we have
Chas
CCO who has played round 2 against Nacho, and we have Evan, I believe, who joined the call.
Yeah, he's muted for some reason, but he should.
Wait, which Evan is this?
Arabelle, I think.
Arabelle, okay.
Okay.
Um,
I want to see.
Oh,
I want to
wait.
talk to Arabelle as well.
Well, I need to go on my phone.
yeah, we
That's the thing.
don't want you. We want Arabelle.
What? Oh, I see how it is. I see how it is.
No, CCO, I do want to say, although you are from Quebec, so you're not technically Team Canada.
Arabelle is also Team Quebec. We carried. Get the fuck out.
You did an amazing showing today.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm okay at this game.
Yep.
1 sec. They'll see my face. Um,
All right. So
I think.
how
Yeah, go
how
ahead.
did you feel when you were going up against Chile?
I think like I was surprised when we saw that they had like so many elites. Like I think six of their like players are elite tier now. That's quite insane actually.
Wow.
But that's the thing about rankings. Sometimes it's like it's skewed, and basically anyone from the top 1,000 can beat anyone. I think from number one to number 1,000. So I think we just said like they're humans too. They can make mistakes, and I think it showed also in the streams. Uh, it's a nervous match. It's the World Cup, so you want to win. You want to do good, and there's a lot of people watching. So obviously, mistakes are going to happen, even if you're number 4 in the world, number 1, or number 1,000. It doesn't really matter.
I have to ask, that Tropius versus Azumarill, you knew not to shield.
Oh yeah,
Were you
I wasn't shielding. Even if it has ice beam, I wasn't shielding because I knew the Altera was in the back, so there was no point in shielding my Tropius. Once I saw that it was play rough, I started laughing. I was like, I made a call. I made a call that I'm just gonna tank the ice beam, and it was play rough. So
And
Well,
then
we
we
were
saw you
dying.
bring that back in round 3, just lead. I don't care. Tropius versus Azumarill, right in the lead. You're like, I'm gonna keep laughing at you.
well, it's not laughing at you. It's like I'm gonna like you just showed me that your Azumarill just basically can't beat my Tropius. So I'm gonna dare you to lead Altaria. I was really sad I didn't bring Bastion on because it's been like probably my MVP this whole month. So I maybe could have brought in, but I had Azu for Altaria. But I wish I had Bastion on just to. I really wanted the to flex and no shield because I'm kind of known for no shielding. So, but
Arabelle did that for you
unfortunately,
last
my
round.
Toxicroak had to shield at the end. Oh, they were really good. I mean, Chas is trash talking already. I blame Chas. I blame Chas for everything. Chas went 0-3. He's getting benched. He can go retire early.
From what I remember from round 1, CCO, you won because of that sack swap.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sack swap is literally what made you in that round.
yeah. I was dead. I think he could have still won off of that. I don't know. Maybe he panicked. He saw the Toxicroak. He wanted like, because like he knew Toxicroak was in the back, and instead he just gave me Altaria, and I had a free Ice Beam on the Altaria.
Yeah.
So I think he might have misplayed there, but that sack swap basically like was one key to victory. But I needed something else, and I think once he switched in the Altaria, it was basically game over.
Right. No, perfect plays. Now let's see, who else can we talk to? Let's talk to Evan.
Yo,
Evan.
Evan, also known
this-
as Arabelle, playing in the final round against the Mind 11, and that BM no shield at the very end.
Dude,
You have
Arabelle,
to.
you are officially my hero.
Just had
I
to
literally
flex a
said,
little.
I'm like, please go with the disrespect final play, no shield, and just farm him down. I'm like, oh my god, it's beautiful.
Yeah, had to go for it.
You played that very, very well. Going 3-0.
Yeah, I was really surprised when he switched out his Hypno against my Jirachi lead. Really wasn't expecting double punches, and once he switched out, that basically gave away that he didn't have Shadow Ball.
Right. Now, Arabelle, when you were going into that last round, you had to literally win just one battle. Just one.
Little bit of pressure, but I figured I could definitely do at least one.
And instead, you took it with a 3-0. Besides all the pressure, you kind of just shrugged it to the side and you came in and just absolutely dominated. Who else do we have here? We have Holden McNuggets.
Hello.
Also previously known as Holden McGroin.
Hey, that's not safe for work.
Yeah,
Evan,
that's
now
the
your battles
18
weren't
plus
played.
action.
Your battles were played off stream. Now you were facing up against Vlad, how did that go? Talk to us.
His team really gave me a lot of trouble because I had to pretty much win the lead and counter switch him all the way because I only had one counter for 3 things. It was really tough, and I ended up squeezing out a 2-1 win. Really close, but game 2 actually I lost on the CMP tie.
Oof. Those CMP ties.
Yeah.
But how else did it go? Like how? Yeah, so you're gonna be going up against Team Portugal, in the next round. How are you feeling about that?
I haven't looked at their team yet.
I guess I'll start. I think most of their, if you look at their names, they're not super recognizable, but they still beat like seed 4, which was Italy, which we all know a bunch of names like Regent Taz, Ricky, Lisa. I'm forgetting people, but there was still a lot of recognizable names on Italy's side, so we can't, I think, let our guard down versus Portugal. But obviously, I think we're the favorites.
You are definitely one of my favorites.
I just want to point out because I heard you say something, J Farm. You said that Arabelle was your hero, and I'm gonna.
Are you jealous?
Say no, because he's spoilers. He's also from Quebec. So
I know. I've complete love for him. Even if
Okay.
he's from Quebec.
It's all good. I'll keep
I have
trash
love
of
for you
him.
too. I have love for you too. Don't worry, dude.
I don't. JK. JK.
Well then.
How do you guys feel about Portugal? I know Holden and I think Noah's there also. He was there at least somewhere. But yeah, I think Portugal is like I said, we can't let our guard down. Like we have to be careful, and I'm also expecting Chas to go full tank mode and go 0-3. So we're already starting down 3 points. So unless I can convince Kiang to sub in.
All right, guys. So, do you have any final thoughts? Anybody from Team Canada? Wild Susan Boyle? Anybody? Final thoughts?
Go ahead, Chas. Oh, he's muted.
You're muted. Chas, you're muted.
All good. We'll figure this out. Well, while Chas figures this out, I can. Still muted. So while Chas figures this out, I'll say my final thoughts. I think Chile played amazing. Honestly, it was tight. It was 7-5 going into the stream, so obviously had some close battles. They played great. Like seed 8 is definitely good. There was like 21 teams, so definitely a rough tournament to do. And I think only 3 teams went above 60% win rate, so that just shows you like how tight the rest of the matches were.
100%. All right, guys. I know Wild
Chas
Susan
is
Boyle
still muted.
Still muted. Yeah. All right, but so we're gonna completely end of the stream there, and we're gonna raid Arrow. If you guys don't know Arrow, he's the part of the Elite Four, and we're gonna be raiding him to make sure you guys can see what's the outcome between the UK and the US.
We're praying for UK, right?
There you guys.